Sports Network from Lawrence Joel Coliseum. East Burke just about 20 minutes ago punched their ticket to the 2A state championship on Saturday, and they await the winner of this one. We'll take a look at our players to watch. First, for North Pitt, it all starts with Zamaria Jones, the NC State signee, averaging 25 points per game. You see right there at 7.5 rebounds per game, but can impact this team in so many different ways. Is a special talent, and the senior trying to end her high school career with a state title. And on the other side for Seaforth, Gabby White, 16-point score, 8 rebounds. Gabby White, the energy on this team, leader on and off the court. She's got multiple Division I offers. High major recruits in this ball game. North Pitt going to be in the whites with the orange numbers. Seaforth in the maroon in gold. We're ready to go from Lawrence Joel Coliseum in Winston-Salem. And Seaforth wins the tip. Gabby White, number 3 in maroon, our player to watch, with a rock in her hands now. She'll survey the floor. And two really good ball clubs, two well-coached teams that met a year ago in this same game, the 2A East Regional Final. Gabby White to the bucket, score it in the foul. Take a second look. White with the spin on Zamaria Jones and the finish through contact. That's going to be a fun matchup all afternoon here in this one. And can't complete the three-point play. And North Pitt will try to strike first. Their first offensive possession. Jordan Speller, number 0, and top 25 freshman in the latest ESPN rankings. They turn it over. We mentioned Gabby White, a wealth of Division I offers, but White's latest offers, Louisville and Florida State in the last few weeks. Two talented clubs that have been on a collision course for one another all season long. Katie Leonard trying to back her way in, spins, maintains possession, gets it back to White. Shot fake, White gets in the paint, can't kiss it off the glass, grabs her on miss, and the rim unkind to White. 2 chances, and the rebound Speller pulled in. Here comes North Pitt. And Zamaria Jones pulls it out, will survey the floor. So again, we mentioned high major talent on both of these teams here in this one. Jones, the NC State signee, number 3 in white. Lets it go, elbow J, no. Short, rebound pulled in by the Hawks. A little bit of a cold shooting start for these two teams with just over 6 minutes left to play in the first quarter in our 2A East Regional Final. Gessner sealed off, picks up her dribble, nowhere to go, trying to cut, it's taken away. And here comes Jordan Speller the other way. Coast to coast, Speller looking to drop it off. And this one's out of bounds. Going to stay on this end with North Pitt, the Panthers, here at the 5:47 mark. And North Pitt will inbound the basketball. Once again, Speller and Jones. That is a 1-2 punch for North Pitt. Jones lets it go and connects. Big time 3 in the first bucket of the game for North Pitt. Took them 2.5 minutes, but their 25-point score gets them on the board first. Gabby White surveys the floor, gets it back out top to Jocelyn Gessner. Low post position inside for White, and she draws the contact. And Gabby White will head to the free throw line as we take a second look at the replay. Well, White is everywhere, and she's a tough matchup because at 5'10", can take you inside and post you up, but she can also beat you on the perimeter as well as she rattles in the first free throw. There's a look at the Seaforth head coach, Charles Bird. He is a Barton College graduate. Played his college basketball there. Talented college player for the Barton Bulldogs in the Division II ranks. Jordan Speller kicks it over to the corner, 3-ball, chance, no, and this one tapped out White. Here comes Gabby White, coast to coast, slithers into the paint, can't finish, tapped around. Zamaria Jones comes up with a rebound, and coast to coast, she's got the first 5 points for North Pitt. Gabby White with the basketball for Seaforth. Out top, Zamaria Jones gambles. Coast to coast on the other end, missed the lay-in. Grabs her on miss and sticks it back in for 2. Wow, Gabby White hit the deck and was slow to get up, and Zamaria Jones able to stick it back in for 2. Ajayi with the basketball, surveys. Oh, nice cut. And unable to finish is Gessner. She put it on the floor, and then a whistle and a foul against Jocelyn Gessner. You get a second look at the replay with Zamaria Jones sticking it in for 2. And Speller with the basketball. We mentioned an ESPN top 25 freshman brings an explosiveness to this club for North Pitt. You think about North Pitt last year, the season that they had, and that's without Speller. And a shuffle of the feet and a travel on Katie Leonard. And a timeout with 3:19 left to play in the first quarter here on NFHS Network. Kendall Lewis here with you. Again, folks, we'll have regional final games all night and all day tomorrow, and then teams trying to punch their tickets to the state championships on Friday and Saturday. Both these teams have brought a nice crowd from that Pittsboro and Bethel, North Carolina area. Again, this is the 2A East. East Burke awaits the winner on Saturday in the state title. That's a 31-0 team now in East Burke. I was talking with Coach Antoine Pittman about Jordan Speller a couple of days ago. He says she is high level and coachable. So good at reading and reacting to what the defense has given her. As we take a second look at the whistle and the foul, Leonard got hacked on the arm. And it's on Janice Chance. Leonard brings it up the floor. A gamble from Chance. She saved it back in play, and the Hawks regained possession, but then a travel. With 2:46 left to play in the first.
Checking in for Seaforth, number 2.
Again, a slow shooting start for North Pitt, but they're starting to settle in. Kanae Edwards looked at the 3. Gets it back out top to Speller. Edwards, now she'll dial it up from deep. And can't hit. Rebound, Katie Leonard. Leonard pushing the break for Seaforth. On the back cut, there's Gabby White. And the finish off the glass. White sticks it in for 2. Catch and shoot three on the other end. Chance splashes it through. But again, the pace these two teams want to play at in transition, you got to turn around. North Pitt makes them pay. And Chance all fired up. Less than 2 minutes to go, first quarter. White cuts and draws the contact. Gabby White going to go back to the line for Seaforth.
The fourth team foul. Gabby White with 2 free throws.
Gabby White claims the first one off the back of the rim. We mentioned high level, high major offers. She's only a junior. She's got another year of high school. Plenty of Power 5 offers. We mentioned too many to actually name, but Louisville and Florida State, at least in the last few weeks. We got a 3-point game. Zamaria Jones, smooth as silk on the runner. And North Pitt takes a 5-point lead. 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Katie Leonard surveys the floor. Coach Charles Bird was talking about Leonard yesterday, said she thinks 2 or 3 steps ahead, a very smart player. This time has the pocket picked. 2-on-1, Speller keeps it herself and lays it home for 2 more. 14-7. The Panthers have doubled the score on Seaforth here in the first. We'll take a second look at the steal and the finish. Defense to offense for Antoine Pittman's crew. And this is a guy that is in year number 3 as the head coach. He played football at Elizabeth City State. And you can see that 2A bracket with East Burke awaiting the winner of North Pitt and Seaforth. Game time to be determined on Saturday afternoon for that one. Katie Leonard, their primary ball handler. Along with Gabby White. Those are the 2 that you'll see handling it for the Hawks, and White with the response out of the timeout. Final 46 seconds of the first quarter. Zamaria Jones looking, gets it back to the top, Speller. Edwards shot fake, thought about the 3. Instead, they'll eat some clock here. Oh, a deep one. Zamaria Jones from downtown Winston-Salem, just rimmed out. And tapped out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Panthers of North Pitt on this end with 25.8 ticks left. Dangerous pass. Speller on the step through, the drop off, and missing it from close range was Lightfoot. And then a whistle and a foul, a little bit of a frustration foul after missing the bunny. With 19 seconds, that's Lightfoot's first. And it's going to be team foul number 5 on North Pitt, so it's going to result in free throws on the other end for Katie Leonard and the Seaforth Hawks.
Already in the double bonus, but it resets every quarter.
Talk about a momentum swing here with 19 seconds left to go in the first. Well, Leonard at the charity stripe. We mentioned Coach Bird said she thinks 2 or 3 steps ahead is only a 10th grader. Someone you're probably going to see at the college level in the next few years. Kanae Edwards looking. 6 seconds. They get it in the hands of Zamaria Jones. Jones will pull it with 1 second. Oh, you betcha! As the first quarter expires. And North Pitt takes a 5-point lead at the end of the first. From deep. We'll be right back on the NFHS Network.
You know, I love being local for my customers. It means helping friends and neighbors. The people in this county care about who they walk beside. That's what makes it so good to live here. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
NCHSAA Championship event is brought to you by North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
A big three from Zamaria Jones, the NC State signee, to end the first quarter. And North Pitt takes a 17-12 lead as we start the second quarter here on the NFHS Network. We're glad you're tuned in from wherever you may be. Two teams that are very familiar with each other. We're going to get to that because they met a year ago in the regional final as Speller connects on the jumper to start the second quarter. Tell you what, it's so interesting. You look at these two coaches, they are both in their third years as head coaches at the school. Seaforth is only in its third year of existence. Good take by White, but she missed it with the left hand. This one tapped out. Speller looking to push the break for the Panthers. And Speller gets hacked on the arm. And we've got our first team foul a little over 45 seconds into the second quarter.
Seaforth foul, number 3, Gabby White, her first team foul.
They get this one inbounds to Speller. She'll kick it. Jones lines it up. It just spins out. Zamaria Jones hit that three to end the first quarter from well beyond the college line. Gessner picks up her dribble. There's nowhere to go. Gessner can step out and shoot. It's got that type of range, and this time Leonard takes him off the bounce for the deuce.
Our Spence can number 11, Katie Leonard.
Speller on the floater, you betcha. Jordan Speller, can you believe, folks, she's only a 9th grader. Talk about these two teams, 27-3 are the Panthers, 28-3 are Seaforth. Incredible non-conference schedules that have helped these two teams in their playoff runs, especially the last 2 years. This one stripped clean, and back comes Zamaria Jones. Little catch and shoot, chance, just leaves it short, and White skies for the rebound. Leonard, extra pass, shot fake from Collins. She shuffled the feet in the travel. We'll take a look. A costly turnover with the Hawks trailing by 7 here. Both these teams have that, what you call spurt ability, with plenty of firepower offensively. This one tapped around, offensive board. Trying to go back up was Jones. Tapped around, rebound White. And Seaforth desperately needing a bucket here. Leonard surveys, kicks it. This time the opposite corner for three was Collins. Excuse me, Gessner, who missed it. Floater, yes. Streaking through the lane was Jones. And a timeout here at the 4:50 mark of the second quarter. Zamaria Jones looking the part here in the first half for North Pitt. And get a look inside of Antoine Pittman's huddle. We mentioned year 3 as the head coach. He said, look, we score by committee. We've got a wealth of different options offensively, and this is a team that he wanted the culture to be about better people, better athletes, and he has instilled those core values in his program at North Pitt this year. And here's a look on the other side for Seaforth. Charles Bird, we mentioned in year number 3 as the head coach. Hey, how about this? Seaforth, only in their 3rd year of existence. Let's think about the success that they've had with deep playoff runs every single year. He's the only coach in program history. And what a job he's done with this program. I was talking with Coach Bird yesterday, and as we mentioned, he played his college basketball at Barton College out of Conference Carolinas in the Division II ranks. You go back to Seaforth's first year in existence, they were 19-8. Last year, they increased that win total to 27 wins, 27-4, and a loss in the state championship game to Salisbury in their 2nd year of existence. And here they are in year 3 as a school trying to get back to that coveted state championship. Making the trip today to Lawrence Joel from the Pittsboro, North Carolina area. Zamaria Jones, you betcha. Increases the lead to 10. Trying to cut backdoor was White. Somehow still able to regain possession. Leonard turned back by Jones. Lead feet ahead. Speller running the floor all alone for the easy lay-in. You can't blink with these two. We mentioned it, they both have the spurt ability to throw a haymaker. Little shot fake, Collins, the kickback. Gessner lines it up from distance. Off the heel of the rim. Zamaria Jones, the rebound and leaking out in transition is the freshman again. Antoine Pittman said Speller's ability to read and react is unlike anything he's ever seen out of a high school freshman, and she's showing it in the first half. White, little stutter step, gets to the cup and finishes. That stops a scoring drought for Seaforth of a couple of minutes. And there was a travel called on Chance before taking that 3. Let's get a second look at that bucket. Ice cold from Gabby White. 12-point lead for North Pitt, 2:50 left to go in the first half. Well, it's interesting, both of these teams with some young talent. We mentioned this was the regional final matchup in the 2A East a year ago, and here they are again, meeting. Collins on the drop off the White, who was trying to cut. Floats it inside, Gessner. White surveys. Has the size advantage on Speller. Pull up, Jay Collins. Got it. Soft on the mid-range jumper was Peyton Collins. Jones down the baseline, sweet dish, and the finish. Lightfoot, her first 2 points for North Pitt. It balloons the lead back up to 12 with under 2 minutes left to go. Seaforth patient offensively. They get it to White. Leonard back to her on the post up inside. She finishes. 90 seconds left to go in the first half. So again, we mentioned no matter how far down Seaforth gets, they've got that spurt ability as well. Speller gets into the lane and kisses it off the glass. Both teams just trading buckets right now here late second quarter. White looking, 1 minute left to go, first half. Leonard drives in, can't get the soft roll. Rebound Panthers and a foul. And they're going to get Peyton Collins, the culprit, who was trying to corral that rebound.
Number 23, Peyton Collins. First, the second team foul, checking in number 2. Mia Miller.
And Speller just walks it up the floor. Be interesting to see if North Pitt maybe holds for the last shot. No, they're going to hoist it up right now. Edwards from the corner. They get an offensive rebound and a chance to reset. Jones is going to pull it away. And they call a set play with 24 seconds left in the second quarter. Game clock down to 10. Jones surveys. Jones, the crossover, lost her footing with 2 seconds. Jones has to hoist. Good if it goes. And it's short. First half comes to a close. North Pitt throws a haymaker in the second quarter. They lead by 12. We'll be right back on the NFHS Network in the 2A East Regional Final.
In 100 counties in North Carolina, we have over 800 agents. We are within the communities, and our job is to help you. It's not just a business relationship, it's a friendship. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Uber Teen Accounts, introducing an Uber account for your teenager. Visit uber.com/teens to learn more.
You know, I love being local for my customers. It means helping friends and neighbors. The people in this county care about who they walk beside. That's what makes it so good to live here. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do.
This NCHSAA championship event is brought to you by North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
We welcome you back to Lawrence Joel Coliseum in the 2A East Regional Final, and it was the Zamaria Jones show in the first half. Some big threes, turning defense into offense, and North Pitt threw an absolute haymaker to end that second quarter. They've got a 12-point lead. That matches their largest of the game. Can't say enough about Jones, but also the freshman Jordan Speller, who was big for the Panthers. And Gabby White knocking down a three there for Seaforth. White was 6 of 10 shooting for 16 points in the first half, keeping Seaforth in it. But they're going to have to get some contributions from someone else. White had 16 of the 22 Seaforth points in the first half. And Zamaria Jones with a big three to end the first quarter. And North Pitt and Seaforth, again, we told you they meet again. Seaforth just their third year in existence as a school. 19 wins, 27-4 a year ago.
The family does that. He's always the last one.
And you look at this year, 28 wins. This is already a program record. Of course, we mentioned that just a heartbreaking loss last year in the state championship, 48-39 in just their second year of the school's existence. They lost by 9 to Salisbury. Charles Bird, what an incredible job he's done in his 3 years as a head coach. At the top, attacking, Speller drives in and draws the blocking foul. So just 33 seconds into play. A whistle and a foul. That's the first team foul the second half. And dangerous pass in as Jones comes up with it. Now Jones sets her feet behind the college line again. Knocks it down from deep. Heading to play for Westmore and NC State next year. They are getting a good one. Coach Pittman told me a few days ago she has that it factor. You've seen it on display in this ball game so far. White on the jumper, empty. And you don't want to say it yet, but Seaforth's got to be careful here. Starting to enter that danger zone, if you will. Down by 15, that lead just continues to grow. Jones. A little bit of a heat check short that time. Mia Moore's in the game for Seaforth as well. Back out top, this is Gessner. Katie Leonard for Seaforth, as we mentioned in the first half, a player that Coach Bird said thinks 2 or 3 steps ahead. White trying to size up Edwards. White gets into the paint, finishes.
Number 3, Gabby White.
13-point game. Zamaria Jones on the floater, off back iron, no. Tapped around, fight for the rebound. And a whistle and a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to keep it on this end with North Pitt. Get a second look at Gabby White, who is single-handedly keeping Seaforth in this game now with 18 of their 24 points.
Seaforth foul number 3, Gabby White.
And a whistle and a foul, shooting the three, and it goes against Gabby White. So Jones is going to be at the charity stripe.
She'll shoot 3.
is also a sprinter on the track team. This is a multi-sport kid. There's Antoine Pittman, who's the head coach. We mentioned played football at Elizabeth City State University. Makes on the second. And Zamaria Jones, as Coach Pittman describes her, a great vocal leader as well, but just a leader on and off the floor for North Pitt. And rebound Seaforth. Leonard brings it up the floor. Oh, had the pocket picked. Quick hands by Jones on the pickpocket. And then draws the foul on the other end. Wow, clean steal from Jones. And she's going back to the free throw line.
The third team foul. Once again, Samaria Jones at the free throw line with 2.
Jones at the line gets the first to go. There's a look at that 2A women's bracket. East Burke, the winner earlier on, taking down Lincoln Charter. Winner of this game gets East Burke at a game time to be determined on Saturday for the state championship. (41-24) and a timeout at the 5.5 mark of the third quarter. And we'll keep it right here from the Joel in Winston-Salem. Well, regional finals got started Monday with the 1A. We had 4 games here at Lawrence Joel. The 2A, or excuse me, the 3A yesterday, the 2A today. And starting to wind down this regional final, the 4A classification tomorrow. We'll have 4 games here on the NFHS network for the 4A men's and women's East and West regions. And it's interesting, this is the first year that the North Carolina High School Athletic Association has done this, but East and West regionals all being played here at Lawrence Joel Coliseum, as well as the state championships Friday and Saturday. And you still see some East Burke fans sitting around trying to find who they're going to play on Saturday afternoon. Right now, North Pitt in control with 5.5 to go, third quarter. Peyton Collins to inbound. Gessner from behind the three-point line gives it up. Mia Moore. Leonard kicks it. Moore, 3, short, and offensive board pulled in by Gessner. And then a travel on Seaforth. Just can't catch a break. Right now, can the Hawks here in this third quarter. Last year when these two teams met in the regional final, Seaforth won it 53-41. Zamaria Jones on the drive, the drop off, and the finish off the glass. And this North Pitt lead just continues to grow here approaching the midway point of the third quarter. Leonard on the floater, no, it's long. Up ahead, Jordan Speller. Speller, the Euro step, couldn't finish it with a right. Collins gives it up to Leonard. Seaforth desperately needing a bucket here. Leonard can't get the mid-range to go. Jones is so good with a rock in her hands, can create her own shot. Feeds it in the low post. There's a whistle and a foul. And Lightfoot is going to go back to the free throw line for North Pitt.
Seaforth foul on number 30.
Whistle and a foul on Jocelyn Gessner, the 6'2 sophomore for Seaforth.
On the Lightfoot with 2.
And up and good on the first. There's Zion Lightfoot, who Coach Pittman really just wants to continue to be consistent. She's only a 10th grader. Has already shown flashes, and another kid that you're going to see at the college level in the next few years. Lead has grown up to 21 here late in the third quarter, under 4 minutes to go. Kick out, 3-ball on the way, and misses short, leaking out in transition on the other end, easy deuce. Kanae Edwards with the lay-in for North Pitt. And Seaforth just 2 points in this third quarter so far with just over 3.5 left to play. Leonard looking for a back cut inside. It was deflected away. Leak out in transition. Edwards, a 3-on-1 and miscommunication. It's a turnover out of bounds off the fingertips of Jordan Speller here at the 3:17 mark of the third quarter. Once again, this game was a 34-22 North Pitt lead at halftime. And White with the finish. White's got all 4 of the Seaforth points in the third quarter. Give her 20 on the ball game. Lightfoot just stays with it and cleans it up off the glass. We mentioned White, 16 of their 22 points in the first half. Shot fake, Collins wants the baseline, missed it from close range, back up for 2. It's White again.
Basket number 3, Gabby White.
Active hands on D, clean steal. Collins took it away, but North Pitt just gets it back and lays it back in again. This thing's just slipped away from Seaforth here in the third. White stays with it, cleans it up on the second chance. Hawks trailing by 21. Oh, sweet move on the cradle for Jordan Speller. How good is the freshman? We mentioned a top 25 ninth grader by ESPN. What a 1-2 punch with Jones and Speller. Here's the skip. Chance, catch and shoot. Lightfoot the rebound, but she shuffled the feet. And this will go back to Seaforth with 1:07 left to go in the third quarter. Kendall Lewis here with you on the NFHS Network. This is the 2A East Regional Final. Winner will take on East Burke, who won the West Region earlier, taking down in our first game Lincoln Charter in a battle. Driving in, scored in the foul. Much needed. Ajayi gets it to go and a chance to complete a 3-point play.
The foul is on number 2, Kanae Edwards, her second. The first team.
The foul was on Edwards. That's her second here at the 48.5-second mark of the third quarter. And Chance tracks down the loose board. Edwards with the basketball now. She tore her ACL last year. As Coach Pittman says, has really took on the challenge of being a better defender this year. And that is what North Pitt has prided themselves on all season long. Good slash to the bucket from Ajayi. Seaforth gets it back and resets. White, shot fake, gets to the bucket, waved the shot off. The foul was on the floor.
No basket. And the foul on number 5.
Take another look.
The second team foul. Back in for North Pitt, number 21.
Ajayi, good cut, mid-range. Mia Moore cashes in for Seaforth.
The basket by Mia Moore.
Deficit down to 19, 3 seconds. Speller on the pull-up leaves it short. And after 3, North Pitt, a 19-point lead, 8 minutes away from punching their ticket to the state championship. We'll see if Seaforth has enough in the tank to make a push in the 4th on NFHS Network.
You know, I love being local for my customers. It means helping friends and neighbors. The people in this county care about who they walk beside. That's what makes it so good to live here.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what...
This NCHSAA championship event is brought to you by North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
We welcome you back to Lawrence Joel Coliseum in our 2A East Regional Final. North Pitt, a 19-point lead with 8 minutes to try and punch a ticket to the state championship on Saturday. Just a dominating third quarter. Oh, sweet touch pass in transition. Kanae Edwards lays it home.
Number 2, Kanae Edwards.
We were talking about Edwards. If you were with us back in that third quarter, she has taken on the challenge of really becoming a better defender. He's one of those senior leaders on this team. And Coach Pittman will attribute their run and the success they've had this year. A lot of it has been because Edwards worked so hard in the offseason. And Gabby White hits it again from 3. Jones slithers in the paint. Rebound pulled in by Moore, and a little shovel pass, then bodies hitting the deck. There's a whistle and a foul on North Pitt with 6:47 left to play here in the ball game. Kendall Lewis here with you on the NFHS Network. Once again, the 2A men's games later tonight on NFHS Network. Then you look at tomorrow, we've got the 4A classification, East and West, as White draws another foul for the Hawks of Seaforth. And Leonard triggers it into Ajayi. And a reach-in foul called on North Pitt here at the 6:29 mark.
North Pitt fellow number 5, Chase Chance, returned the 3rd team foul.
And this one deflected out of bounds again. Left hand, no, tapped around, and Speller comes up with it. Oh, wow. How pretty was that on the finish from Speller? Tell you what, that's a kid, and obviously as a top 25 ninth grader in the country, you'll see at the high major level in about 4 years. 20-point lead for the Panthers of North Pitt, who lost in this game a year ago, 53-41 to Seaforth. A steal, and Speller, the easy lay-in on the other end. And a whistle and a timeout with 5:20. It just continues to grow for North Pitt, leading by 22 and on their way to punching a ticket in the state championship, where they'll see the 3 seed, who was 31-0 on the year, the Eastburg Cavaliers, that won our 2A West region earlier this afternoon. Again, 2A and 4A state championship games will be played on Saturday. Game times for Saturday are still to be determined. They did release last night the Friday night state championship game times with the 1A and the 3A on Friday. Tell you what, folks, at high school basketball fans out there, you are in for a treat with some really good state championship games on tap this weekend. And some really good regional final games to be decided here tonight and tomorrow as well with the 4A. White to the bucket again. Draws the foul. Tell you what, White has been so good in this game. She had 16 of the 22 at halftime for Seaforth.
The foul is on number 2.
Unfortunately, it just, Seaforth hasn't gotten a ton outside of White in this game. They knew it was going to take a team effort and a balanced scoring attack to win this game against a very talented North Pitt team that they beat a year ago. And Zamaria Jones on the 3 again. White trying to take Jones inside, off her leg and out of bounds. Take a second look. Zamaria Jones has unlimited range from 3. And Speller goes coast to coast for the lay-in. Ajayi. Leonard surveys. Get it back to White again. Pressured by Speller. And driving in again and losing it out of bounds. They say last touch by the Panthers. And a steal. Jordan Speller in transition. Speller, all changing hands, just putting on a clinic here in the 4th. And time just taken away for Seaforth, unfortunately. Tremendous season for Charles Bird and the Hawks. I mentioned Seaforth went a perfect 16-0 in their conference this year, the Mid-Carolina 1A, 2A split conference. North Pitt, a perfect 12-0 in the Eastern Plains 2A conference. And catch and shoot on the 3. It's good from Ajayi. A rematch of last year's 2A regional final in the East. Seaforth won it last year, and North Pitt going to get vengeance and get to the state championship on Saturday. Corner three, misses long. Moore can't stick it in. White just stays with it, still battling for the Hawks. Tell you what, folks, you look at these two teams. They met last year in the regional final, and you look at the young talent. White is just a junior for Seaforth. She's back again for Charles Bird and the Hawks. In North Pitt, with the likes of Jordan Speller, who is only a freshman, as well as Ziona Lightfoot, who was just a sophomore, to name a couple. You could see these two teams again next year. And driving to the bucket and drawing the contact was Speller.
The foul is on number 3, Gabby White, her Pitt.
Gabby White
The first team foul.
is done, is going to have a seat.
Checking in, number 35, Jordan Thompson. At the free throw line, Jordan Speller.
And Jordan Speller gets the roll on the first free throw. Well, tonight's game's on tap on the NFHS network. You've got Farmville Central and Goldsboro in the 2A East men's side of things. And then the 2A West, the late game at 8 o'clock. That is Salisbury and Reedsville. Wow. Highly anticipated matchup in the 2A West in the nightcap. Jones launches from way downtown. Keeping the dribble alive. That time was Edwards.
Full timeout, North Pitt.
And they're granted a timeout here with 1:53. So North Pitt going to punch their ticket to a state championship Saturday and take on East Burke. Again, the game times for Saturday to be determined. But it all will be right here in Lawrence Joel Coliseum, and if you can't make it, you can watch the games. I think it's an interesting format. Again, in years past, the North Carolina High School Athletic Association have played games at NC State and UNC and split the venues between Reynolds, Carmichael, and the Dean Dome. This year it's at Lawrence Joel. And we've had all the regionals starting since Monday right here in this building. Driving in is Kanae Edwards, and she draws the foul. And with 1:45, Edwards is going to go to the free throw line. Tell you what, you think about North Pitt, how dynamic they are. They're going to be a tough team. That East Burke game Saturday could be interesting. East Burke 31-0, won the game earlier this afternoon. And second free throw is up and good. Skip across, and three missed everything. Stuck back in. Camille Roselle. And a chance, excuse me though, they wave it off.
That's a good idea. Probably we should do the two versions of the graphic for tonight.
North Pitt this year, their only losses came to Terry Sanford to start the year, a team that was in the 3A regional final that won last night's in the state championship Saturday. South Central, who they defeated, another 3A power. And their other loss was over the Christmas holiday against Morris Catholic out of New Jersey. That's been the only 3 losses this year that North Pitt has had. And we talked about these two teams playing an extremely tough non-conference schedule. It's paid off, making a deep playoff run, both of these teams. And unfortunately for Seaforth,
If it's under 10 seconds.
their season going to come to an end, but nothing to hang their heads about. 28 wins on the year. That is a school record, and it's only 3 years in existence. And Charles Bird and his Seaforth crew, no doubt, will be back here in future years. And North Pitt, 50 seconds away. Edwards just dribbling out the clock. And North Pitt gets vengeance. And they got a date with East Burke coming up on Saturday. The Panthers are heading to the 2A state championship. And they pick up their 28th win of the season. Dominating second half. And our player of the game for North Pitt is right there, Zamaria Jones. Incredible performance on both sides of the ball today. Gets it done in her senior year, the NC State signee, sends her team to the state final. What a ball game, and that's what it looks like. North Pitt and East Burke, who is 31-0 for all the marbles. What a performance in the second half. It was a 12-point game, 34-22 at halftime. And North Pitt just dominates. They hold Seaforth to just 23 second half points. And they pick up 36. They win it big in this one, 70-45 for Kendall Lewis, the rest of our NFHS Network crew. We say so long from Lawrence Joel Coliseum in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.